This that late shift, graveyard, pockets on E. This that praying in the driver, God, don't let me bleed. This that thumbnail, live stream, teaching about the teeth of the market while I'm fighting for my family to eat. This that knee brace, aching from the miles in the mud. This that E5 rank that I earned with my blood. This that YouTube grind when the views was a dud. Now we talking about a movement, not a maybe. This a flood. Sacrifice for the riches, that ain't just about the cash. That's about the sleep I gave up just to break a broken past. That's about the liquor I refused when I could've hit the glass. That's about the therapy I took instead of speeding off and crash.
For reset, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for reset, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
I was clocking in for bosses that ain't know my middle name. They just saw the numbers hitting, they ain't see the inner strain. Then I turned my pain to content, turned my lessons into game. Now I got a tribe of traders that refuse to play the same. Disco buzzing charts up, members learning how to move. We ain't chasing lotto tickets, we're protecting what we prove. Teaching risk, teaching patience, teaching how to keep you cool. Cause I lost enough myself to write a whole financial school. My sobriety a badge, my resilience a shield. Every L I ever took became a tool I had to wield. When the market tried to break me, I just studied how it killed. Then I built a better system, now I'm walking through the field.
Sacrifice for reset, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for reset, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
When I say sacrifice, you say for riches.
Sacrifice for riches. Sacrifice
for riches, from the trenches to the digits. When I say process, you say over profit.
Process over profit. Process
over profits, we ain't stopping till we locked it. From the runaway son to the soldier in the dirt, to the husband with a white queen fighting through the hurt, to the father of 2 daughters that he put in every verse, to the trader and the teacher helping others break the curse. I'm the sum of every scar they try to use to hold me back. I'm the voice of every kid who had to grow up in attack. I'm the proof that if you're willing to go all in on the path, you can lose a couple battles and still never lose your track.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Let's see here. Give me a minute. Man, my head is banging, but I just took some pills. Hold on 1 second. At the very last minute, while the live was going, I decided to go ahead and just make this public. This is typically a members only live stream. But for the sake of growth within the community and just overall exposure, I figured I'll just make it public this one time. But let me make sure I'm good to go. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me, and then I got to get my chat set up real quick. Pop up. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. I think we're good. Oh, now I'm zoomed in. See this? This camera. All right, what's up, everybody? All right, let's see who we got here. What's up, Lawless? I see you, big dog. New week, new mindset. Let's get it. I love it, GQ. Miss Philly, hello. My first live with the fam. What? Oh yeah, that's right. Miss Philly just joined the team. What's up? What's up, Miss Philly? Let's see here. Roll life. Eating fam. Hope everyone's enjoying the long weekend. Let's get it. Miss Philly, am I the only one who do not hear anything? I don't know. Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Good evening. What's up, Ramesh? Ramesh, I did see your text. I'm going to look into it during our Leviathan stream, okay? Let's go. What's up, Junior? What's up? Ready to make some money. Let's get it. Good evening. Yes, yes, yes. I see you. You can hear now. Okay. All right. So while this stream was kind of running, I had to help my kids out of the hot tub and, you know, get everything together. And I had to lift this heavy cover. So I just stressed myself out. So hopefully this pain or this headache goes away during the stream, but it is what it is. The show must go on. What's up, Mr. Adam Prince? All right, so I know KGU stream is pouring in the building, but also know that some public members, just some normal subscribers, are tapping in too. So why don't you just give us all a little bit, so people can tap in. I'm going to go ahead and just send a link, and we're gonna get to the business. And this is going to be short, sweet, to the point. All right, and trust me when I say there's money to be made. We about to go over some things to get some money made this weekend or this week. But I need to go ahead and share this right now. So just bear with me. All right. So while I'm doing this, I can multitask. I want you guys to understand, okay? If you're here right now and you're not a member, you do need to understand that this is typically a members only stream. Your channel. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go over plays for the Minnows, the Dolphins, the Orcas. All right. And then when I cover these plays and I cover these levels, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna piece together the breakdown as far as entry, exit, take profit targets. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that in the app, and it's gonna be fully accessible to those that have access to the rapid fire breakdowns within the app. And then, of course, if you are a Megalodon or a Leviathan, when these alerts pop off, you're gonna get those alerts as well. So we got something for everybody. All right. So just give me a minute. I'm a little out of breath, like I said. It's been a day. It's been a week. You know. On live now, typically for members only. This one time, so tap in. All right. So let me just get this off my chest. All right. For those that don't know, I just hold on. God dang, I lost my my chat. 1 second. Pop up, get this chat back. There we go. All right, for those that don't know, where is my, hold on, y'all. I'm missing. There we go. For those that don't know, I had a family member that passed away. All right, and so Friday was his funeral. He passed away the day after Christmas. His name was Quinton Gilchrist. He was, if you want to call anybody in our family a saint, anybody in our family was so 100% positive, so 100% family first, like the very definition of it, somebody that asked for nothing but gave everything, that was the dude. That was Quinton. He's just a dude, right? That I never really need much for anything from anybody, but you can look at him and you can just tell that if you needed something, you can go to Quinton. If you need to get something off your chest, something that you did bad or advice, whatever you needed, you can go to Quinton and he wouldn't judge you, right? His very presence was probably the biggest lessons that I think I could say that I learned, right? Just being present for family, being available for family. We rarely talked Like when I was growing up, of course, you know, Big Cuz was there, but you know, as I grew older, I kind of like got like I got on my P's and Q's, right? I really don't talk to a lot of family, like maybe on occasions or holidays and stuff like that, but nonetheless, me and him, we weren't like super tight. We loved each other, right? We knew of each other. We hung out, you know, when family was a little bit more closer growing up. But this dude, first of all, he was an over-the-road truck driver, and I lived in bum nowhere, right? And he would find his way to come see me, my family, his little cousin, right? My baby girl, and he didn't have to do that, right? We barely exchanged more than a couple texts a year. This dude's never missed a birthday. Just texting saying happy birthday, cuz, right? And what's crazy is that like you don't really know how impactful somebody's like presence or just their impact on you or everybody is until they're kind of gone, right? Like you really don't, like when you're in your own world, you really just don't peep that, right? You don't really see that amount of care or that amount of impact somebody could have on just your view and outlook of life. But when that time comes, like, right, his birthday was on the 13th, right, of January, right? But when he's gone, then you start to reflect, right? And I did ask everybody during the ceremony, right, to just reflect on the family as a whole and everybody within that family that has been impactful in their lives, rather it was the smallest thing or whatever. And then make sure that we're reaching out, make sure that you thank somebody, make sure you hug somebody when you see them, because you just don't know when their days are gone, right? Gone, not forgotten, right? So I say that to you too. One, just be 100% grateful to be here, be 100% grateful to be able to do what we do, to be able to take the risks that we take, but also be 100% grateful in knowing that you have people that love you. Whether y'all talk or not, there's somebody there, somebody in your family that loves and cares for you, right? And if there's somebody like that, you know, that you really cherish in your family, that you probably haven't touched base with in a minute or whatever, man, just check on them. Just shoot them a text, because it's crazy to think, but a text, something simple, goes a long way. You really just don't really think about it or appreciate it until you realize that text ain't coming no more. That happy birthday didn't come this year. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway, that's my whole little rant here. But yeah, shout out to Quinton. Shout out to Big Cuz. All right. So that being said, today is our weekly live stream. So every Sunday, just so for those that are new, for those that have never been here before, so for those that have never took in a Sunday live stream, I host a live session like right now for members only, and it's typically for the Orcas, the Anglers, the Megalodons, and then of course now we have the Leviathans, which is an add-on tier to the Megalodons, right? In this session, we go over our weekly strategy. Typically, we focus on the SPY and we go over what happened during the week, and then we talk about where our entries and exits and stop loss and take profit targets will be for the week ahead, right? If we're approaching a key level, meaning like the tops or bottoms of my trading zone, then I tend to show them the next zone to which I'm trading in, and I also then provide those levels to those members, okay? So from that, right? We do a little Q&A, and then we kind of wrap it up and keep it moving, right? In the beginning of the month, just the Anglers, Megalodons, and Leviathans, we cover the entire month of the month, right? And we strategize for the whole month, and then of course it's weekly after that. So Orcas get 3 weeks. The Anglers, Megalodons, Leviathans, they get the full scope of the month, and they get to see the wide picture right? And weekly, everybody gets to see week to week of what's going on, right? Meaning Orcas and above. Okay. So that was 2025, right? We just started this this community. We're approaching our 1 year anniversary of the Sacrifice for Riches YouTube channel. And then, but for 2026, I wanted to do things a little different. When I started this on YouTube and I started to kind of go a little heavier, there was a big emphasis on options trading, and then, but not just like any other options trading like YouTuber out there. I decided to come up with a concept that would speak to various types of traders, right? Dependent on their levels, right? It was level dependent, rather it's your bank account or your skill level. And what was that? It was focusing on the Minnows, the Dolphins, the Orcas, right? So the Minnows was plays that I would present online, right? Stocks, tickers, and trades for that week. That would be for the Minnows. That's any premiums that were below $50. What do I mean by premiums? That's how much the contract actually costs to buy, right? So anything that was under $50, I announced it as a Minnow play, right? Please, if you want more detail or scope, just go into my options trade playlist and then just go to one of my older videos, and then you'll see that complete breakdown and structured with some explanation behind it too, right? Then it was the Dolphins. Dolphins is more of the intermediate trader, people that might have a year or 2 years under their belt, still trying to figure some things out, but ultimately they've narrowed down the strategy a little bit, and they kind of like they've stopped bleeding as much money, if not all money, and they know what it takes to kind of go in the right direction. They can risk a little bit more because they've had more time in the market, and they understand what it means to lose, and they understand what it means to win. These people are anybody that's comfortable paying premiums under $150. Okay. Now from there you have your Orcas, your sharks, right? Your whales. These people essentially is anybody that that is willing or able to buy premiums for over $150, technically over $200. So these are like your Netflixes of the world, the Nvidias, the Googles, the Microsoft, those bigger tickers. Now Netflix is a little cheaper because it did the stock split, but nonetheless you get what I'm trying to say, right? So these people are typically more advanced, if not traders, again, that's been around the block. They understand the concept of risk management. They might have a little bit bigger of a bag, right? And then they are okay with paying or having a higher risk on with said ticker, right? They're looking for bigger gains and they're willing to spend more money. Now, when I introduced this concept, people thought that a Minnow had to play a Minnow, a Dolphin had to play a Dolphin, and an Orca had to play an Orca. That's not how it works, okay? This is just a concept, a template to categorize things so people could understand where they could fall in, right? But that doesn't mean that a Minnow can't play an Orca play or an Orca can't play a Minnow play and vice versa, okay? It's just a structured approach so people can understand who it is that I'm trying to speak to. But nonetheless, if I give you a Minnow play and you're an Orca whale, a shark, then man, maybe you just put you buy 50 contracts of a Minnow play. Who knows? Whatever y'all want to do, okay? And if you're a Minnow and then you got a bonus and you're getting comfortable and you want to take a swing and you want to play an Orca play that's a $200 premium and you know it's not going to blow your account, then hey, pick up one contract, big dog, and then see what it does. But just make sure you know what you're risking before you go in. Maybe you're risking 5%, maybe you're risking 30%, but whatever it is, just understand those things before you take that swing, okay? So that's what we are pivoting to in 2026. And this is members only. I'm just doing it publicly because this is the first time and we're just going to keep it moving. But essentially for the Sunday live streams, the plan is to provide a Minnow, a Dolphin, and an Orca play and give you all of the levels, right? As far as what it goes, what it does. Why am I doing that? Well, traditionally, like I said, we focus on the SPY, but the SPY has been eating lunch money 100%. I know it's been wiki and it's been chopping up everybody's ports if you are not in, up, and out, right? So people get frustrated with the SPY. People get smoked with the SPY. People start to fall into those traps of like getting impatient, having impulsivity, being anxious, fearfully trading, FOMO, revenge trading, because it happens so quick, right? And then a lot of people, especially new traders, ends up setting arbitrary stop losses, getting kicked out of the play, only for the play to kind of go in the direction that they thought originally, and then they end up chasing, getting kicked out, chasing, getting kicked out. So instead of having a primary focus on the SPY, I figured I'll go back to the roots and then direct this to said individuals. Now, I'm almost done explaining this, okay? So what are we supposed to do with the Minnows, the Dolphins, the Orcas plays that I'm about to present to you today? Well, we supposed to treat them like the SPY, right? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that this is the ticker that you trade, right? Like, you do you. This is not financial advice or suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell anything, but this is a backup plan, right? If not a foundational starting point to get your week going, okay? So what does it mean, right? Well, instead of looking at the SPY and trying to hop in on this volatile train, right? Let's look at some more controlled stocks, right? That we can trade daily, right? Or that we can be patient and wait for those alerts to hit and then take advantage, right? Maybe you start your week trading the SPY and maybe you're doing great, and then you get smoked and you lose all your gains, whatever, and then you get smoked again. So you got two strikes on your belt, right? Well, maybe you're not done trading. Maybe you're like, man, like I know, like I'm not bad at this, but like, man, the SPY is just not playing ball today. Man, what can I do? You can step away from the SPY. You can look at one of 3 plays that I'm about to show you today and say, let's take a look at Intel and see how it's looking right now. I wonder if this is showing me something that, you know, that registers with me, that says, hey, I can hop into this play and I can make a bag, right? Because that can be your reset button, right? This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes we get so smoked with specific stocks and we are hanging on to it as if there's no other ticker that exists. But in reality, there's plenty of other options, but you might not know where to go, right? And that is the whole point of me doing this Sundays for the members. Again, this is an exclusive. I'm just allowing the public to see what's kind of going on. Now, after this, my editor, he's gonna piece together some things from like the rapid fire live streams, right? That's hosted on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. He might piece together a play from this particular live stream if he has time, and then we'll see what goes from there. But we won't be posting everything that I'm talking here. Again, this is a private stream that I happen to make public today, but it is what it is. All right, so let me know if this makes sense to you and if this is something that you can appreciate. Put a 1 in the chat. And if you're interested in becoming a member, please do become a member. There's a money sign down there where you can go ahead and do that right now, or you could what is that called? You can super chat to the community and all that other stuff, whatever you want to do to contribute. But 2 things. 1, I got 2 Discords. 1 is my channel that we're on right now, Sacrifice for Riches, right? Consider me like a community college. I'm a one-man band, but we have a huge community, like not a huge community, but we have a small, intimate community that's there to support and elevate one another. We have a lot of tools and we have a lot of things set up in place to kind of support and elevate people on their journey. It's not about trading every day, even though we do. It's not about living in a Discord. It's about having a place, having a home, having a small group of people to kind of like rub shoulders with, and then kind of be on your level and kind of help you through your thing as you're on your journey, and vice versa. Once you're learning stuff, you pay it forward and you help the next person up, right? We do a lot over there now, and we do a lot over there. So the other Discord I'm in is like my home. That's KGU, Keenan Grace's University. If you don't know who Keenan Grace is, just YouTube him, like Google him, whatever the heck you want to do. But that is our university. Okay, over there I'm a crown trader. my channel over there is Swing Trades with Rail. They call me Swing Trades with Rail because Rail gets 100 to 600% gains. I even had 1,000% gain in the past couple weeks, right? We knock it out of the park when we're on our game. Okay, we lose sometimes, but we win a lot of times. Okay, so over there we're doing live trading. We're doing and that's not just me, that's me and a couple other professors, if you want to say that, right? Other crown traders. So they talk about a lot over there. There's like there's pretty much like multiple classes you can take, right? Or multiple degrees you can master, right? Kind of, if you want to put it in the respects of a university thing. Me, I got sacrificed for riches. My small little community, people just want a connection with me and what I do, and then they just like how I do things. So I have a community for that. Okay, but that's what I have. If you're interested in either of those discords or either of the communities, just let me know, and then I'll send you a link in the comments. Otherwise, just hit that plus button. Okay, so I'm glad the ones in the chat, because it makes sense. I'm going to read through the comments and we're going to get to the point. Okay, shout out to 29 people that I think are in here. If you have not hit the like button, please do so. This is the last time I'm going to do a live streaming on a Sunday for this particular type of live session, just so y'all know. Publicly is what I mean. Okay, thank you, Real Life, for telling people to hit the like button. How do I become a member? You're already a member, big dog. You were gifted a member by me Thursday. Now, if you want a higher tier, right, you can go ahead and upgrade. Just go to the members tab, hit that manage membership button or gear or whatever, and then upgrade so you can be privy to the live trade alerts that I provide to that Discord. Okay, if you're talking about a KGU, let me know, and then I'll send you a link for KGU. What's up, Queen Fee? I see you. We don't know what we have until we lose it. Facts, Denise. Good afternoon, everyone. I see you, Queen Christine. All right, XX Bad got a quick 250 on that SMCI play Friday. Man, shout out to you. SMCI was actually a banger. I was just, man, sometimes I'm too early. Because that did exactly what I wanted it to do. It just had to come on down before it ran up into the demand zone that I identified. So I'm not too happy with how I played that, but I know a lot of people played it correctly, and I gave the play-by-play. I just failed to follow the play-by-play as I wrote it. So shame on me, but I did get in front of that, and I was transparent during the Thursday rapid fire live stream about how I failed in that play. So shout out to everybody that ate on SMCI, but there'll be another play for Rail, right? TX Digital says, welcome back, Rail. Sorry for your loss and praying for your family. Thank you so much, big dog. It was a big loss for the family, man. It really was. But two things came from it. One, the reflection. Come on now. And then two, our family was able to get together on multiple occasions. And it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, right? For the first time, right? Like every one of the little cousins, like, so all of my cousins and their kids and my kids, they got together and they hung out, man. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen, you know. And growing up, that was us. Growing up, it was me and my cousins. I didn't have any brothers or sisters growing up. It was me. I was the only child. So my cousins were like my brothers, right? At the time, you know what I mean? And that was it. That was family, man. And then, like, so as you get older, you know, your lives go different directions or whatever, and you get kind of further away from, you know, your roots a little bit, then you kind of lose that, because the community is different now. Family communities are a little different because we're not all in the same neighborhood. When I grew up, it was like I had a couple family members within like a couple houses away, you know, for the most part at some point, right? But now we're everywhere, right? And I'm probably one of the furthest. No, I'm not the furthest away. I used to be pretty far away, but anyway, that's what it was. So anyway, like my cousin, his passing, there was a blessing that came with that too. So I thank him for that, for what he gave us in his passing. So okay, so I think we had everything here. Again, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a link in the comment. I gotta put 2 links in the comments, and then I'm gonna get to the charts, and we're gonna go over these plays. It won't take very long because I already did the legwork. This is not a training situation. However, you're gonna still probably learn something from whatever I'm putting down, right? So that's just the nature of the game, right? So, but give me a minute. Let me see if I can share this with you. All right, so if you want to become a member of Sacrifice for Riches, nope, never mind. Why is that a playlist? 1 second, remove. If you want to become a member of Sacrifice for Riches, there's the button right there, the link. My condolences for you and your family. Thank you so much, King. I see you, Henry. Thank you. And Miss Lion, what's up, Queen? I see you. And then, so I'm gonna pin this one to the top of the comments, right? So people can find it if they want to. And then there's a couple other links I'll share later, but we're gonna get to business right now, okay? Let's see here. If there's any questions while we're doing this, just let me know. This is not a how-to tutorial, all right? This is it. Let's get to work. Okay, so make sure I got my screen set up. I'm good. And all right, let's get over to, hey, shout out to Adam, gifted memberships here. Hey, money bags in here. Now he's a member. What up? What's good, fam? I see you. Hey, shout out to Robin, Melon to Dalton, I see you. Mel Brown, Queen, I see you. And Sean Dutt. Everybody, shout out to the newest members provided to you by King Adam Williams, who just gifted 5 memberships to the chat. So everybody, shout out to Adam for putting people on, man. That's real love right there. So if you guys are interested in becoming or a part of the Discord, then just go ahead, hit the member tab. You'll find the Discord link. You hop over there. Once you get in, you just type in the word gifted in the chat, the welcome chat, and then I'll make sure that you get the appropriate role, so you can be up on game within the Discord community. All right, so let's move over to, all right, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me, and then let me know if my mic is too loud. Hey, real talk, y'all. Adam's been clutch. Adam's been trying his best to help people not have to think about the decision, and he's been gifted memberships. And some people stick around, and some people don't even like try to lock in and see like what resources is actually being provided within the community. So take advantage of a free membership, y'all. Shout out to Junior for becoming an Orca, upgrading that membership tier. Junior was a gifted member, and now he's an Orca. So every week he's going to be a part of this live stream. Shout out to you, big dog. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Not too loud. Thank you. 1, not 2. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what you're going to start seeing, you're going to start seeing these charts, right? And the charts are already predefined for you. The one thing that I'm going to do is just go ahead and then show you what's going on, right? And then how I'm looking at this for the most part. Okay, so the first ticker on the list is INTC, Intel. Now I want to tell y'all this: Intel, man, has been a great buy and hold stock. If you have not been buying Intel, especially previously to the government backing it, as far as like, you know, the chip stuff goes, and you know, infrastructure and stuff like that, just being backed by the government, it's been great for Intel, right? And as of right now, we closed at $46.96. Earnings for Intel is coming up here on January 22nd. So this coming week, we actually have a couple big earnings that's coming up, and two that I'm paying attention to in particular is Intel and Netflix. All right, so Intel January 22nd, that's a Thursday. Netflix, I want to say that is on a Tuesday. So Monday, I'm paying close attention to see, just a quick nugget, I'm paying attention to what's happening to the Netflix price, which I'm hoping and thinking that it's going to come on down to my to the bottom of my demand zone if I'm so lucky. And then I plan to load the boat in shares, and then if it comes down to where I want it to come down, then I do plan on buying options trades in anticipation that Netflix is going to go on a rocket. But we will see. Okay, but that's some free game for you, not financial advice, and it's a big risk to play earnings, so just know that. Okay, so with Intel, we are definitely in an uptrend. Down here we had called a descending triangle, to which we broke out. We did catch some call options on the way up, but then we continued to go up at 34.96. This was where my bias would shift from bearish to bullish. Once we crossed 34.96, these are your take profit targets, and they still stand. So I'm gonna let you know, if you don't know me by now, I operate on supply and demand zones. So right now I'm gonna identify what those are right now, so you just know. So as of right now, the demand zone floated right at 34.95. Once we crossed and formed the demand zone, all we had to do was wait for price to come back down and retest it for us to ride the wave up. Now, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have my alert set for this, so man, that sucks. But hey, we are making money somewhere else. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So we hit our demand zone, we rocketed through it, we hit our take profit target of 38.50. Then we crossed a key level at 43.09. Again, remember, we are technically bullish still on Intel for as long as we're above this level. However, key point, we have hit the top of my trading zone. The top of my trading zone, guys, was $51.26. As you can see, we see that we have an inverted hammer, or we showed strong rejection at this level, right? Hold up. My kids are making too much noise, and I'm about to flip. 1 second. I'm gonna mute you. My apologies. Yeah, it's just my kids will be kids. They're gonna make noise, but they have company over, and there's like thumping up, and it's insane. So I'm just telling them, I got a headache too. Just calm it down. Let me see real quick. Roll Life, man, y'all just giving away memberships. Shout out to Roll Life for giving away 5 memberships to Josh, James, Trays and Fades. Trays and Fades, I love that name. Jimmy James, Paul Gonzalez, and Certified, you're already a big dog. All right, see you. All right, so shout out to both Roll Life and Adam for gifting the membership. These two are also fellow Leviathan members, right? So they are in our highest tier, and we're doing some apprenticeship level type of training that's going on with that. So shout out to them for always pouring into the community, being advocates of it, being some of the like the GOATs essentially in this community. They've learned so much, and what they're doing now is paying it forward. But man, shout out to them, man. I can teach whatever, but it's on y'all to execute, and these gentlemen have been executing, and also just finding their own way, right? Which is a beautiful thing to see. So I appreciate y'all, and thank y'all so much for being advocates of the community, and then also paying it forward and pouring love into us. All right, so thank you. So as I was saying, we hit the top of my levels, my zone. I trade in zones. I'm not going to get into all that. If you want to learn what I'm talking about, then please become a member, because a lot of that stuff is privy to you in pre-recordings that I've done live already. More training to come, right? But nonetheless, we're at the top of my zone, and we've seen a rejection right here at the top of my zone. This is an indication that we could see a reversal, which we hit 51.26. We closed at 46.96. That's a pretty big sell off essentially when you're looking at options trades. So that would have been pretty nice to get in. So now we're trying to figure out what to do next. Well, when we sold off, right, when we hit this rejection, we actually fell down below one of my take profit targets. 47.07 is a take profit target towards the upside. So now we actually closed below that at 46.96. So what does that tell us? That tells us two things. One, we could very well see us come on down to retest 43.09. This level here for me is pretty important. If we can hold above 43.09, then likely we can just drum this up as some solid retracement for us to go ahead and retest this level of 51.26. From here, right, if we break below 43.09 and confirm, then we're pretty much riding this wave down all the way back down to the demand zone at 36.66. So just mark your levels. That's what it is. And then from there, if we do run up, like if we do run up and decide to crack this zone at 51.26, we are in a new trading territory. Okay, we're in a new trading zone, and my trading zone would be where 51.26 becomes the new level of support. And then you see my take profit targets here: 55.35, 59.45, 63.56, and then a bias shift at 67.45. Will that happen? I don't know, but guess what? We have earnings coming up. And what I would love to see, price come on down to retest this level and live above here. And if we can stay above this level, then I'm likely to be more bullish than bearish on Intel, and I would be looking for leap options to the upside, right? But that's my narrative. Hopefully that makes sense. That's Intel. That is a Minnow play. This is, hold on, let me just hold on. Where's my, I gotta figure out something happened where like I don't see some of my chart right now, and I gotta figure out how to reset it. I forgot how to, but let's see. Let me see if I can do that. No, I'm not gonna deal with it. God dang it. But before I switch over to the next stock, let me know, does this make sense? Does this all make sense? This is a Minnow play. Now, the only thing that I'm going to add for Discord members, I'm going to go ahead after this and I'm going to give you the contracts that I will be looking at for INTC. Okay, this will be what it'll be. All right, so Minnows, this is your Minnow play. Okay, any questions? LOL at dope name. I'm reading the comments. Oh, that's dope name. Thank you. I really enjoy these lives. I really enjoy you being here. Yes. All right. I'm glad it makes sense. Next up, SoFi. SoFi right now. I mean, this could be a cross between a Dolphin and a Minnow, so I'm gonna put it on both. Okay. And put it on both. Let me just outline this so this makes more sense. There's the color of a Dolphin, and then here's my color for my Minnows. Hold up, I gotta get my Minnow color in here. Make sure it makes sense. Okay, Minnows, Dolphins. All right. So, tapping into the stream. Hey, what's up, Wall Street Sniper? Welcome, big dog. Thanks for tapping in. All right, so now we got SoFi, and everybody knows that SoFi is my baby, right? I've been talking about SoFi forever, but that's not what today is about. Today is about me talking about what we're doing with SoFi. All right, so if you don't know, SoFi has earnings coming up. I want to say January 28th. Let me just double check this. January 30th. Okay, so they pushed to the 30th, end of the month. For a minute, we've been chopping, right? Pretty much I've told everybody that on SoFi, if we're above 26.15, we're bullish. If we're below it, we're bearish. And that's pretty much the same sentiment that we're going to have going forward. And we're pretty much going to be wicking back and forth until earnings for the most part, unless some geopolitical news kind of comes up. Now, a couple things that happened with SoFi. One, Commander-in-Chief, the president has gone ahead and said that we're going to lower the interest rate cap, or reduce the cap on interest rates on credit cards, right? And I believe he said we're going to do that with a cap of 10%, when the average of credit card interest rates are about 26%, if I'm not mistaken, 26, 26.5, whatever, right? Well, what does that do? Well, with less interest being charged on cards, that means less money being made by banks relying on people's debt, and inability to pay their bills for them to make money. Now, SoFi came out and made a statement pretty much saying that this actually helps us, right? It's one way to twist the narrative so it doesn't look like it's a hit on your net, or your income, revenue, whatever. But it's gonna hurt them, right? It is what it is. But at the same time, I understand what they're trying to say, and pretty much they did a spin on this negative news, right? And pretty much stated that it helps their personal loan business, right? So what does that mean? That means is that SoFi is saying that, well, because interest rates on credit cards is being reduced, which I don't know, they will now be allowed to push for more personal loans, which technically personal loans, they can provide it in a higher amount, but also a lesser interest rate. So if you think about it, like the difference between like a 5 or 6% personal loan versus the 10% credit card, you might think like, okay, well, why wouldn't I just get a personal loan, right? It brings it into the conversation. Now, people would also say, well, okay, well, why wouldn't people also already be thinking that if a credit card is 26% and a personal loan is 6%? Well, it's the idea and concept behind what the two things are, right? And what they're used for. When you put them within the same realm, right? It kind of just brings more attention to one lending option versus the other. Credit cards at 26%, most people that are really good or wise about their money, they are probably using this and paying it off. And that's not most people. That is maybe the 5% of Americans, because we are who we are. But either which way, that is the goal. You use a credit card, you use it for points, and you pay it off before that 26% interest hits, and you just keep going on along your day. But when you reduce that to 10% and you're capped on the credit card for, let's say, $5,000, whoever knows, whatever your credit score is, and meanwhile you have a personal loan option that can get you 10, 15, 20 grand, you can do whatever you want to do with it. That's money in the bank essentially. Then you might lean more towards that option than looking at a credit card, right? So you'll draw more people in because you have a different pool of people that is looking into that stuff. And then SoFi is crazy with their marketing. They blast emails. I just unsubscribe to all the emails that I get from SoFi because they are pushing personal loans like nobody's business. All right, always 100%. But either which way, that's the news piece of SoFi. So because of the geopolitical stuff, because of the government saying all of these things that is kind of affecting things, because of the investigation of the Fed or whatever, there's a lot of things that is kind of causing what you see here to happen, right? So all of this chop is just ridiculous, right? But it's not random though. It looks bad, but we kind of know where our targets are, right? So now we're in this position. SoFi is in a neutral position, and now we are here to pick a direction. Now, if something major doesn't change or shift in the market, right? Maybe it's like a blip of good news, then we could see us run this back up. This is a neutral position. This is a descending triangle. So we've hit the bottom and the top. So now we're looking to say, okay, hold on, let me just show you a little drawing. So boom, and then you got what you see here, right? So this is what's going on, right? So we have our descending line of resistance and then our support line, and now we're making a decision right now if we're going to sell through or come back up to retest this descending line of resistance again. Now I don't know what's going to happen, but given what I see, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm prepared. So if we confirm above here in the lower time frame, above this 2615, then at the very least we're going back up to 2760 to retest that. And then at the maximum, I believe that we're probably just gonna go up to here to about 2915 before we probably come on down and cross this threshold before earnings hits. Okay, we're probably gonna come down to retest this level. If we get really bad news, we can probably fall all the way down to $19 before we shoot back up to retest this level here at, what is it, 32.22. Okay, so as of right now, business as usual with SoFi at this level. Pretty much zoom in, figure out if we're confirming above or below, and then ride that wave in that direction, and you should be fine, right? Not financial advice, but do pay attention that the wicking is happening. There's a lot of okie-dokie going on right here, right? So either which way, for your levels for SoFi towards the upside, 2615 is going to be your entry stop target, right? And then your take profit target 1, 2761. Take profit number 2 is 2915, and this is to the upside. And then take profit number 3, well, I'll just, yeah, it's 3067, and then your max take profit target is 3222. Now, if we exceed 3222, that's something I'm going to give information to the Discord on. However, that max take profit target is going to be $38.94 if you guys want to know. So if we crack 3222 and we confirm above, that's where we're headed, in my opinion, on a long-term time frame. Okay, so damn near hitting $40. Okay, so now any questions? Okay, and then to the downside, if we break 2615 and confirm below, then our take profit target is going to be 2452, then 2295, and then our 2137, and then our max take profit target would be at $19.79. At $19.79, right? At this level, I would be loading the boat on SoFi. If we fall down here, right, I am going to probably pump a couple stacks into SoFi Leap call options for this particular company, right? If we fall through, right, I do have this stop buffer right at 1857 where I'm going to be looking for a rebound bounce. And if we end up doing this and seeing some some momentum back through 1979, then best believe your boy is looking for long-term leap options. I have my long-term position for shares established with SoFi with an average of $4 to $6 a share. That's not moving. I've already taken profits on several thousand shares that I've already had on SoFi and redistributed those funds into other blue chip stocks like Google and Microsoft and, you know, the AMD and Netflix and, you know, all this other stuff, right? So that's what has already happened. Now it's about making the bag on SoFi while I still can, right? So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna check the comments, and I'm gonna move on to the Orca play. All right, so let's see here. What time frame are you charting at? I chart in the highest time frame, maybe like a weekly, and then I kind of go down from there. Tapping into the stream. Yo, what's up, Jeff? I see you, big dog. Yep, you see the weekly. Okay, XX Bad Robot says looks like the week time frame. Yes, yep, makes sense. Yep. Okay. When you say take profit 1 and take profit 2, what does that mean for options? Okay, so I'm looking at price action. I'm not looking at the options necessarily on the contract, right? However, I do. Yeah, however, there is a calculator that you can use, but I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to what the price is. So like if I'm in an options contract, right? Let's say I'm in a call option, right? And we're running up. And let's say at this point we hit 27.61. We could be up 100% on the options contract, right? I'm not really looking at that. I mean, that would be great, but either A, I'm going to trim, or B, I mean, I'm paying attention to price action, and the price action is telling me that we're still going up. So then I'm waiting for me to hit a take profit target, to which I will see a sign of reversal before I exit my actual options trade. So what does that mean for options? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the price is, because I can't really speak to that right now. The only thing I can speak to is what I see in front of me, and that's the price of the stock. However, if you have the app, If you have the app, and you are a Megalodon or a Leviathan, you will be privy to the options contract that I'm looking at, in the estimated premium cost of that contract, okay, that I'm looking at. Okay, let's look at the rest of the comments. If that, assuming you bought more than one contract and closed one contract at each, okay, so no, I mean this look, everybody trades different TX digital. So essentially, when I give you take profit targets, this is me telling you these are areas to which you can take profits. You don't have to. You can, or you don't have to, right? You can get one contract and ride it to the first take profit target. You can get 3 contracts and ride it to the first take profit target and trim 2 and then let one ride. You could, whatever you want to do, right? But you also have to understand that what kind of trader are you? Are you an intraday trader? Are you a scalper? Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Because a swing trader might see this, right, and then say, okay, well, 26.15, I know we're gonna ride up to 29.15. It's Thursday right now. One day doesn't give me much time to actually ride this up, so I'm probably gonna give myself 2 weeks and just let it run out, right? So then in that respect, then you're pretty much telling yourself, okay, my goal, my target is going to be 29.15, and I'm not going to get out of this position unless I'm invalidated. So, and you're letting it ride. So it really, I guess, just depends on you. Aviation says, I remember the last run up like it was yesterday. I missed it. We soon meet again for a sale. Absolutely, Aviation. That was me and Palantir, man. With PLT, I'm gonna be quick on this. With PLTR, it was a $6. I was ready to pull the trigger, but I didn't. Why? Because my eggs were in SoFi. Like, I was waiting so much and for so long on SoFi. I was like, I'm not yet about to like split my attention, right? And if SoFi had done what it was supposed to do, right, sooner, then best believe I would have been in Palantir at $6. But it just didn't happen out. It didn't happen that way. So, and Palantir is still on my radar, y'all, just so you know. But I really wish I had it at $6 versus $100 and some odd dollars it's at right now. But yeah, it is. We're due hopefully for a sell-off, and then hopefully we can get the bag. Right, here's the zoomed out view, but I'm gonna keep it moving. All right, one more comment to read, and then we're gonna move over to Nvidia, and that's gonna be a little bit of a different breakdown. How many people we got here versus how many likes? Somebody let me know. All right, I gotta hurry up. If not taking profit, can make the take profit. Yes, you can make TP1 a stop loss. Yes. Okay. All right, so moving on. Make sure I got this right. Okay. All right. Before I move on to the next one, put a fire emoji in the chat if this is making sense for you. I want to see the non-members tap in and let me know if this is helping. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm just kidding. I need to take a break anyway. Creative Key, I appreciate it. Creative Key. Hey, everybody, shout out to my mama in the building, Elaine White. Thank you so much for being here, mama. I love you. Yeah, your baby boy is taking a little breather because it's been a day. There was a lot of talking. LOL Ace, I appreciate you, Queen, for letting me know that it's helping. I appreciate all the members that's tapping in and giving those fire emojis. Hey, mama, yes, it's very helpful. Thank you all. Miss Lion, thank you so much. Any other non-members, let me know if this has been helpful for you. And just so y'all know, some people just don't like to talk. Some people just like to kind of like ride in the background and kind of absorb information. That's all fine, right? But just please make sure you're doing your part, I suppose, and just helping me out by hitting the like and the like and the subscribe button. Because some people, this is public, so you don't need to be subscribed to see it. You do need to be subscribed to actually comment. But then also we have a membership, so you see the perks, but I want y'all to know right now that those perks is a formality, right? Because I provide way more way more content or whatever than those perks actually show, in my opinion. And then y'all can ask the people's names in green how they feel about it. But this year in 2026, I definitely want to see if we can grow, but I don't want to grow the wrong way either. So I'm very selective, and I'm very I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that's not public. So if y'all want to be a part of that, if you want to see kind of like behind the scenes or behind the curtain, then come on, become a member, right? What's the worst can happen, right? If you don't like it, you can leave, right? But at the same time, give it a shot. Do something you haven't done before, right? You've probably been a part of plenty of communities, who knows? But I don't want to say like ours is different, but I like to think that we are probably a little different just because of how we operate and how we move, right? We don't have knuckleheads. We're not there to make fun of anybody, like, or anything like that. Like, we all struggle. We're all on a journey, and this is about community first and foremost. This is not about plays and free trades and stuff like that. It's about having a group of individuals that you can be in communication with, somebody that's there that can support and elevate you on your journey while you're also doing that to somebody on their journey, right? There's been countless times where people have reached out to me struggling, and I would have a personal one-on-one session with them, and I never charge them, right? And I do charge for the services, but if you've been with us for a while and it's just not clicking or something like that, then reach out to me. Don't just quit, because quitting is not an option. And if like closed mouths don't get fed, and I don't know what I don't know. And I am telling you guys this right now. Everything that I do is with the full intentions of making sure that y'all are getting it, right? That I'm helping. And if I'm not, right, then I need to hear about it. Of course, everything is on you, right? At the end of the day, it's on you. But at the end of the day, if something's not clicking for you or you're struggling, then please speak up. You don't need to DM me. You can DM me. My DMs are open. You can speak into the community, because a lot of people in this community has been around for a little bit, and they'll be more than happy to step up and say something that may help you, and it could be the turning point on your journey, right? And if I seen you in there putting in the work and you're grinding and you're communicating and stuff like that, but it's just not there, man, I'm telling you right now, I am not the one that's going to just turn you away because of something as stupid as money, right? Because it's not necessarily about, I don't want you to quit, right? And helping people brings me joy, and if I can help anybody, then man, all the time was worth it, right? So just know that. I mean, we different. This is everything that I do. Yeah, everything is monetized at this point in my career, but at the same time, it's not a money grab. It's just, hey, there's value there, and I just charge for what I know, but I give way more than I take, and that will always be who I am. That being said, let me read the comments, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to Nvidia. Nvidia is gonna be different. That's gonna be our Orca play. It's gonna be different because I'm gonna actually break down that trade a little bit, like more of a gut situation. Again, this is gonna be just for the members, but hey, we all here. So let me take a look at what we got. Again, if you want to become a member, please hit the button at the top of the screen that's pinned to get all the live alerts. for live trading that's directly from my charts, then become a megalodon at minimum, right? And that's also for deep dives for training and stuff like that. All right. To get access to the community, the Discord, you have to be a Minnow at minimum. Okay, just so you know. All right, so let's read the comments. Love you more. Yeah, I know you love me more, but I love you more. Mom, late, but looking for okay. 37 likes, 43. Okay, thank y'all for the likes. Appreciate the fire emojis. Tony, let me know it's helpful. Hey, you're a Broncos fan. Shout out to you. Hey, let's get it. My Packers are out, but I got a Broncos jersey in the closet. It'll stay in the closet though. I'm a Packers. Somebody gave me that Broncos jersey. Tag still on it. Let's see. Thanks for giving love to my mom. Hey mom, thanks for okay. Hey, everybody that's subbed that's not a member, I appreciate you putting the fire emojis in the chat. All right, Denise, man, this Discord is one I can't leave. Even if I am not trading, it is family of support. Hey, we love you too, Denise. Real talk. What's up, Queen Isha? Ernacia. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go into the Nvidia. Okay. Let me check my screens. Let's go here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see these numbers. Let's go here. Can y'all see this okay? Can y'all see this okay? I'm just doing a quick pause. Huh. Beautiful. That's interesting. All right, I'm making adjustments. Oh man, I lost my chat. 1 second. I gotta. 1 second, y'all. I gotta fix my chat real quick. Oh, I see. All right, so I think we're good. All right. So with Nvidia is gonna be, what do you call it? Orca play. All right, Orca play, and that color, I mean, Orcas. We're gonna go gray or black, but okay, Orca play. Why? Because the premium is likely for what we want to trade is gonna be it's gonna be over $150. All right, so with this particular position, where are we? I'm making adjustments to my levels right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and give you the business. So this isn't, like I said, this is not a class. So I'm doing what I got to do. And then I'm going to break it down. Okay. Because I was sitting here and I was realizing that I was a little off on my levels. And now I'm here to fix it. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So just bear with me, and we're gonna get to it. All right, I'm not gonna give you all the details here. I'm gonna give you enough though to be dangerous. All right, let's go red, white. Okay. So for those that don't know, again, like I said, I operate in zones. Trading zones. So right now my trading zone range is from 212.81, which is probably that's too crazy. Hold up, I gotta fix this. It's 211.40, so this could throw off everything a little bit, but it'll be close enough to explain to you what's going on, and then I'll dial it in, and then those in the Discord or members of the app will be able to go ahead and see the alerts and actual entry and exits and stuff like that, or like for the contracts. I'm sorry. All right, so oh man, I lost my chat again. What's up, money? Hey, you see you a member, right? Hey, give a big shout out to Adam because he gifted you a membership, big dog. All right, so with Nvidia again, this isn't. Where's my Orca ticker? Hey, what happened to the Orca? Am I tweaking? All right, hold up. I gotta type this up again. Orca. All right, so Orca play. So on this particular play, right, I'm on the daily. I'm showing you my trading range. My trading range is going to be 211.40 to 153.95. Now, of course, that's huge. I get it. It is what it is. But that is the range to which I'm trading. If I'm above 183.47 on Nvidia, then I am bullish. If I'm below it, I'm bearish. That's just what it is. That's where my bias shifts on this particular stock. As of right now, we closed where? Where did we close? At 186.23. Pretty much we closed neutral, you know? So right now we are in bullish territory technically with Nvidia. All right, so in the grand scheme of things, if you want to take a look at this, you can identify that, you know, we were in a downtrend where we seen lower lows and lower highs, and then we broke through, and so we have a break of structure, and now we're seeing a higher high, right, and a higher low. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Nvidia is likely due for a breakout, more of a breakout to the upside, but we also have to be careful. All right, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. So at this line right here, let me go ahead and delete some of these arrows and lines. All right, so at this line, at this level, we do have demand zones established here at this entry at 180. Hold on, where are we? 183.47. Okay, but the demand zone ranges between 184.14 and 182.32. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, I'm really hoping, and probably won't happen, I don't know, we'll see how the market opens, but I would like to see Nvidia come back down to retest this level at 184.18 and then see a slow and bearish momentum and then a potential bullish reversal. And if we do get the reversal here, then that means that we're likely to run all the way up to the bottom of this supply zone, which is at 194.35. And of course, if we have bullish momentum through the supply zone, then our take profit target is going to be 198.28. So I'm going to go through the bullish take profit targets and then the bearish take profit targets if the market decides to go against us. All right, so let me go ahead and do this, and then I think that's about right. I'll have to scroll to the left and just take a look, but let's go here, let's go here, and let's go here. All right, so essentially for Nvidia, right, the ideal entry for this stock for a call option is going to be at 183.47 confirmation above this level. Okay, if we can do that, then we can see Nvidia going up to 191.07, and then from there we'll go up to about 194.39 and then to 198.28. right? From there, if we break 198.28, this could then be seen as a potential re-entry if you miss the first leg up. So if Nvidia is kind of floating in here and you don't want to just grab the middle of it, then wait for us to confirm above 198.28, and then once we do that, then you can ride that wave up to 204.84, and then our max take profit target of 211.40, right? That's pretty much what we're doing, right? But we need to see what's going on here. So that's pretty much the upside, my upside take on Nvidia. Now if we break below this, right, if we break below 183.47, well then my bias shifts to a bearish stance on Nvidia, which tells me that I'm going to be taking this down to, I'm getting to put options, right? And then I'd be taking this down to 175.92. Then my next take profit target is going to be 172.42, which is the top of a demand zone, and then we take it all the way down to 168.17. From there, I had to double check this demand zone. Let's see here. What does it show on the weekly? I don't like this as a demand zone, but it is being respected as an aggressive level. So I'm going to keep it. And let me reset. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. But I'm gonna have to define it as a passive or an aggressive. And as of right now, it's looking more aggressive than passive. So give me one moment. 1 second, y'all. A for an aggressive demand zone for me. Okay. All right. So, and then of course, if we break through demand with bearish momentum, then that means that we're looking at 168.17. Again, if we fall below this and confirm, then we're headed towards the bottom of the demand of 164.13. Okay. I know these are a lot of levels, but you know, again, like I said, if you are in the Discord or if you are an app user, you're going to get the alerts on this, and you'll be able to reference these levels whenever you want, because it's a nice archive of information. And I'll show you guys what I mean after I'm done talking about Nvidia. But if we fall through this and we have a complete sell-off on Nvidia, then we're headed to 153.95. Right now, for me, I own Nvidia and I'm up pretty nicely on the stock. And if we fall down to here, then I'm just loading up on more shares, dollar cost averaging up into my position, because I think I have Nvidia at an average of about 103 to 107, something like that. All right, but my new Roth IRA that I'm opening for 2026, I'm likely to start adding long-term positions in that, and this would be a great starting point in my opinion. So that is the Minnows, the Dolphins, the Orcas. For the Minnows, we have Intel, right? For the Dolphins, we have SoFi. For the Orcas, we have Nvidia, right? And those are your plays for the week. Now, again, if you weren't here in the beginning, then what I'm saying to you is that if you're like a SPY trader, or it doesn't matter what you're trading, whatever you're trading, if you're getting smoked, then you can refer back to one of these and trade these levels versus getting smoked by a different ticker that's just taking your lunch money. All right, so that's kind of where this stands. And just again, not financial advice or a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. But at the end of the day, the market is choppy. There's a lot of uncertainty going on, and there's a lot of chop that's happening. Okay, so it is what it is. Any questions? Let me know. Let's see here what we got. Appreciate that, Adam. Thanks, Rel. Yeah, hey, good to see you, big dog. That'll be. Hold on, let me see what these chats say. I gotta fix my chat screen, y'all. 1 second. I don't know why this is a constant issue, but I know there's a delay too. Oh, what up? All right, there we go. All right, appreciate that, Adam. Okay, that'll be nice run if it falls and then pushes back up. Yep, I'm hoping so, cuz I need to grab some more shares of Nvidia. Absolutely. Hey, we always looking for a discount. Real talk. 44 people here. Thank y'all for being here. All right, so now any questions? Because what I'm going to do now is show you what I mean by the app, right? And how it's going to be listed there. And I'm going to go ahead and take this time to enter one of these plays while I'm live, right? So you can kind of see what that structure looks like for you. Yep, I'm good. I'm ready to go. All right, so we're gonna move over to a different screen. I'm gonna bring up the app, and then we're gonna see what's popping. All right, mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Put one in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Things change when I click different screens or scenes. All right. Following this live stream, I will be going ahead and getting on live with the Leviathans, okay? And because of how close we are to 5 o'clock, I may be live trading futures at that time, but we will see. If I see a price I like, I'm probably gonna just do a quick scalp on and then go from there, okay? But we will see. I'm hoping so. Okay. Got it. All right, so let me bring up the app. And I got to take a drink. And then let's get ready for business. All right, can y'all see the screen that says app? Well, it says S4R Trader Pro. Let me see if I can blow it up. Okay. Give me one moment. All right. Okay. I'm probably going to use, let's see, Intel. Because we have a lot of Minnows, I'm going to use Intel for the play to put in the app, okay? Had to throw in my headphones, my kids off the wall. Hey, man, you missed it. I had to mute the live and text my wife to tell my kids to shut up. Okay, so for this app, y'all, this is now a publicly available app. There is the link for that, okay? You can go there, sign up. It's a free sign up for just entering like trade journaling. But if you want access to live like the swing trades and stuff like that, you can make money in the app, but you're your own trader, right? But you have a sea of options here to use with levels to trade, so you can make money from the app, okay? And I know people that was making money on the app, so you'll have to pay the tier to access that, but it comes with a whole bunch of stuff, including a lot of the stuff that I train on, okay? Because there's an education hub. I'm not going to go into a big spiel of what the app is, but as I'm navigating through it, I will explain some things, okay? So that being said, so one, you open up the app for the first time, you're going to get a daily mindset check-in if you are a paid subscriber or whatever, and you have to answer these questions. This is machine learning, and it does have AI baked into it, so it will be able to tell you about you and your trading based on how you answer these questions, and then it'll connect it to whatever you're logging for trades for that day as well, right? So, but anyway, I'm not going to go into all the nuances, but I'm going to get into what I said I was going to get into. So for the trading, right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to where it says rapid fire alerts. So this is where I go ahead and I put in the plays, right? And then you have access to every swing trade that I put into here. And I need y'all to know this. Levels never die. Levels never die. So these are permanent options for you guys to refer to, right? So for instance, if you're like, man, SPY just fell into, or let's say SoFi just fell back down from $32 to $26.15. Man, I mean, do we know the levels for this? I don't know. Let's just type in SoFi and see what pops up. All right, well, guess what? SoFi, entry, 26.15. Your call options, here for call options, here's your strike prices. I mean, your take profit targets, 27.64 to the upside, 29.15, 32.22. For put options, your take profit targets to the downside, 24.68, 22.95, 19.79. Okay, and here's the strikes, the strike prices for those particular plays. So if I'm looking to the upside, I'm looking at a $28 strike, or $28 strike call option, and it should run me maybe about $19, right? Same thing for the put option, right? $25 put option, so to the downside, probably going to run me about $19. If it runs more than that, it is what it is. I don't know exactly what it is. I just use an equation that I'm used to that can kind of predict what the prices could be. But of course, we already know about all the Greeks that kind of control the price points, and including implied volatility, which we can't really take into factor because we don't know what's going on in the market within my app. I just know, what I know, right? So I can go in here, and then as the admin, I can pretty much see what it is. And then if you are a Megalodon or Leviathan in the Discord, you get this message right here. You get a trade alert. Anytime I put a new trade in here, you'll get an alert, right? Bullish bias, blah, blah, blah. And then your calls, your strikes, your take profit targets, the max take profit target. And then I'll let you know if it's a Minnow, a Dolphin, or Orca play. You'll know those things, right? Now, all of these alerts don't necessarily come into the Discord, right? Like Megalodons won't always get these, right? They get them on occasion. However, it is baked into the app, right? You can do a card view like this, or you can do a row view like this, right? The other thing is that you can go ahead and if you take this trade, you don't need to pencil whip everything in. Like you will just hit log trade, and then it'll automatically, once you hit log trade, you'll be able to put in the information. Like what did you enter in? What did you stop it as an options trade? So, right. So if you entered at 0.19, okay, you put 0.19. What was your stop loss on this? Well, I was willing to risk 0.17. What kind of options contract or type it was? It was a call option. I got in, let's say I got in on Friday, right? And then boom, how many contracts did you get? Let's say I got 3. Strike price, I grabbed it at, because I'm looking at call options, let's say I grabbed it at $28, or the $28 strike, okay? And what's the date that I logged it? Boom. And then the note, you automatically know when you go and review your trading journal, you'll know that it came from the rapid fire section. That way you can differentiate, you know, what you entered on your own versus what you actually got from the app. So, I mean, it just helps you. And then you hit save, and then your trade is logged right into that section of the app. You'll know whether or not I'm in the trade because it'll say coach in. And then if you want some guidance or an opinion of AI, then you hit AI guidance, and they'll give you this information. Like, what's your account size? Maybe you have $1,000 account size. Maybe you're willing to risk 10% of that account size. Who knows, right? And then you can put your entry stop loss. Maybe you see the entry, and maybe you want to adjust the stop loss. Well, what if my stop loss is going to be about 25, 80, 82, right? I don't know. Then the coach says, okay, stop distance appears to be moderate. Consider adjusting size accordingly. If no targets are set, pre-planned exits, partially 1 hour trail after strength and weakness has confirmed. Avoid entries during widening spreads or around major news. Wait for stable fills. On a 5-minute chart, give trades room. Avoid over managing bar to bar noise. Invalidated cues, a break above or below would pretty much form a bullish or bearish bias. And then boom, then you can set a notification, which this needs to get fixed, because there's no way you're gonna, like, my app's gonna know if you've reached take profit 1, or like, can it track your trades? So this part I need to fix, because I don't have that capabilities just yet. All right, but that's pretty much what it is. So what we're gonna do, based on the INTC that we just talked about, does it mean get call inputs or based on direction? What it means is if you confirm above, you can get calls. If it confirms above that level, then you're looking at calls, and there's your take profit targets and strike. If it confirms below the level, there you're looking at puts, there's your strike price and your take profit targets. That's what that means. All right. And sometimes you get just call options too. So like, or just put, so like this one is just put options. This one is both. This one's like, okay, well, I'm in put options at 2766 rejection, and then here's my levels. Okay. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit create alert. I'm going to create alert on INTC because we just walked through this, right? And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead. I'll bring up INTC so you're looking at what I'm looking at. The link to the app is in. All right. All right, so there we go. So I'm basing everything based on this right now, what you see on the screen. Hey, I worked so damn hard, money, on this app, blood, sweat, and tears, man. And I had to relearn coding, but luckily, you know, AI is dope, and it's helped a lot. But early on with this stuff, man, it was really hard because things weren't as clean or easy to run through AI. Like you really had to know code and figure out where where problems within the app was. Now I think it's a lot easier to fix some problems, but before, man, it was a struggle. So I'm glad I got it up and running though, and it seems to be doing well. And I have not really publicized it so much yet, but we just went public not long ago. This has been a Discord exclusive for a long time though, as I was fixing and building the app. So let's say Intel, I'm looking at both directions, right? Oh, hold up. Actually, you know what? Intel, I'm looking at call options, okay? Because I'm in bullish territory technically. You know what? Let's go both. Let's go both. Both are neutral. Let's go neutral. Hold on, let me think. Because of where we are right now. Yeah, this is not neutral territory. This is it can play both directions. Okay, so my entry for this would be 4309. Okay, for calls or puts, right? 4309 would be my stop price, right? And then for my targets, take profit target 1 for calls is going to be 4707. Take profit 2 is going to be 5126, and my max take profit target, well, technically that is my max take profit target, so I'm going to go 5126. Yeah, I need to list it as a max. There's targets beyond that, but I don't want to list them because 5126 is a key level and it's going to be hard for us to break it. So that's why I list it as a max, and I don't give a take profit target beyond that point, right? For put options, we're looking at take profit 1 being at 38.50, and then take profit 2 is going to be 34.96, and technically that would be the max, but you just never know. So I'm going to go ahead. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be the top of demand zone is going to be it. So it'll be 36.65. 36.65, and then the max is going to be 34.96. Okay, that's what I'm going to put there. So then for the call strike, technically it's going to auto to 47. I think that's pretty solid. However, this puts it in Minnow territory. I think because, you know, I think we can do better and still be Minnows. So I'm going to say, let's see what 45 looks like. Still looking pretty solid for that. All right, let's see, from 43 to, let's go 44. So that, but let's see if I want to give myself more time. What if I want to go a week out? I think we're still pretty solid. So I'll target the $45 range for a strike on Intel, right? And this is pretty dope because if you do, and if it's under $50, then you know that your true take profit target is 5126 as a max. So what does that mean? You're gonna be well in the money on this play if it actually plays out. For a put, we're gonna say at 39, I think $40 is a safe bet for that. Okay, and I'm thinking confirmation on the 5-minute, and then I'll make this one public. So anybody that's in the app, even the free version, you should be able to see this. And then I can leave a note here. But yeah, I'm gonna say that what is it? 36.65 is top of demand zone, potential reversal area, and bounce here. And bottom 32.95, bottom of demand zone is 32.95. Potential entry for calls if bullish reversal / momentum. All right, so again, these are my trades. This is my chart, and actually those that are megalodons, you actually get alerts from my charts, and it's not AI, it's me. And then it comes right to you within the Discord. You have the options of viewing these trades within the app, and then boom. And I'm going to show you how it comes across on the app quick, and then we're going to be going from there. So let's see here. Let's go stocks for real. We're going to go to, hold on, you got to see my screen. And let's go to window. 1 second, y'all. I'm almost done. Discord. All right, so now you'll see my Discord. I wonder if I can zoom in so it doesn't look so small. Oh, there it is. There's Discord. All right, Discord doesn't zoom in. I might have to like increase the size or something, but I'll do that later. You'll get the idea. So on the Discord, then I'll look for the section that says Coach Trade Alerts. All right, let me go ahead and here. All right, so you should be able to see my screen. So under the Coach Trade Alerts, right, once I go into this app and I'm done doing what I gotta do, right, I'm gonna go ahead and click copy, right, because sometimes I want to take this and I want to share it with KGU. If you guys don't know, that's Keenan Grace's Discord. I'm a crown trader over there, so this is where I build my place, and then I go ahead and I share it with the team over there. So then I'll go ahead and click this post to Discord. I make sure that it's active, and then I'll go ahead and hit create, and then you're gonna see it pop up once it's done creating. I think I'm in the right channel. Yep, and then it pops up right there, right? So again, as I'm working in the background, you know, in the shadows, they're getting alerts, right? Like this, complete breakdowns of what I'm looking at and how I'm looking at it. And then they get the play-by-play, the strike price, the premiums, all that stuff right here. And then you're good to go. So if you like that, then become a megalodon, right? And then on the rapid fire alerts, you kind of get, these are like alerts directly from like my trading view, right? So as I'm live or actively trading, these things kind of come through, right? And you're privy to this information as well if you are a member, okay? And then sometimes it comes with like a chart view and whatever, but I'm pretty much giving y'all like a preview of what everybody sees. So like in here, this came right from my trading view chart, and then you get to see like the levels right there. Not all the time, but some of the time. But there's always plays going on in here. And what's cool about Discords, right, is that all this data is stored. So if I want to see, okay, when was the last time Rel had an alert that came across on Intel, so INTC, well, I can just search for that. And then, so we just got the most recent one. We had our queen over here. She hit a banger, right? Hold on, let me just make sure I filter this. Let's go right here in rapid fire and then apply the filter. All right, so look, I got an alert here that we cross it at 36.22. That was a alert from my chart. This was a rail train that we hit 65% on an Intel play. And here's one right here. Right? I didn't give the details, but hold on. But I let everybody know that we crossed a level. So sometimes, like right here is a good example. Let me get rid of this now. So Intel, last time we hit on an alert on Intel was September, right? 2025, right? And then that was the play, right? So you can always look at previous, like you can search for things within the Discord and then you can find plays as well. So everything is here, levels never die, right? All right, so let me get back to the chat, and then I'm gonna have to get off here soon and switch over to Leviathans. Hold on 1 second here. which actually I'm gonna do megalodons. I'm gonna include the megalodons on this next live stream. Okay, and I'm gonna say 15 minutes. Hold on one second. So you should see right now, if you are a megalodon, a megalodon or leviathan, you will not need to leave this stream. We're just gonna kick right over to it, okay? So you already see the time frame. It's in 15 minutes, all right? Now let me look at the comments and make sure I'm tracking everything. All right, so what's the comment say? That's fire for people trying to learn levels. Yep. Both doesn't mean to get calls or puts. I answered that question. Money says this ish sounds legendary. Man, I'm trying my best to make it feel and work in a legendary fashion. Vic, when you say confirms, does that mean closes the candle at, or nah, not necessarily. Most times, yes, but hold on, let me get rid of this. But Vic, we'll talk about that in the next stream, okay? If you're a megalodon, just sit tight, right? You on your way for sure, big dog. Hey, Money, I appreciate that, big dog. Hey, everything happens with time, right? But as of right now, I just enjoy pouring into y'all. So, but yeah, hopefully 2026 is my millionaire year. But I'm not gonna rush my process, right? At the same time, at the end of the day, you know, the powers that be, and my will to want more and do more or whatever will come when it comes. And I know everything that I need to know to do what I need to do. So that's what's important. But until that time comes, I'm pouring to everybody. And if somebody hits that millionaire level before me, which has happened, I know several people that I've helped that's gotten there. And man, I'm so happy for them, right? So let's get it. All right. That's all I got. Any questions? Please do consider becoming a member. Top of the comments. It's pinned there. If you want to contribute to the community, please don't hesitate to hit that super chat button. There's no shame in my game, and I'm going closed mouths don't get fed. We don't know what we don't know. So just a reminder, if you want to contribute and you think this was helpful, then hey, I appreciate it. It will be speaking it into existence. Facts. I feel you on that. What is it called? Manifestation. You know what's funny about it is that it actually works. I guess at this point you can consider it like a small dream, right? But at one point in my trading career, I was like, man, I love to see like 10 G's like just hit my account, like, you know, and like just I love to see a consistent amount of like 10 G's just hit my account, or just at least have it in my account. And then I told myself I was gonna close my eyes every day and then just imagine it hitting my account, and then trying to like go through that process of what I think it felt like, what it feels like. And then before you know it, you know, it happened. And then it happened. And then it happened, you know? So I'm like, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So like, you're right? It's just, it's like, you just got to manifest it, but then it just doesn't happen. But I mean, if you can see it, then yeah, you're right. I think it could come. I've not told myself, let me envision or imagine $1 million in my account. And maybe I need to do that. Maybe I got to figure out how do you put that many zeros in your brain where it visually is easy to see, right? Like I can see 10 G's in my brain. Like I can, you know, see a bank account that says that. But then like maybe, I don't know. I think I'll have to check, but like I think right now if I try to do that, you know, like on a calculator when you run out of room, like and you don't see the rest of the digits. I feel like that's what my brain would do right now if I try to imagine a mil in my account right now. All love, TX. D Hard, thank you. No, thank you for being here. Be a member, big dog. Come on now, join the community. Stay blessed. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. I've been manifesting since like August. It's very real. Love that for you, big dog. Real talk. It's a life hack for sure. Yes. Junior says, I'm in KGU. How do I join your Discord? Junior. Oh, I was about to say you in my Discord. No, go to the members tab, and then you'll look for the link for Discord, right? And then follow the instructions, and then you'll be in. We'll welcome you over there. Okay. But yeah, it's right over there. All right, it's right in the members tab, right? And if you can't find it in the members tab, just then DM me, okay? And I got you. Money, see it, feel it, live it in your head and actions. Okay, hold on, let's do this, big dog, because we're talking about it. Let's see what it looks like on the screen. Everybody talks about it. Let's see, a million. I'm gonna title this a million. Let's see if we can manifest this together. All right. So, and I'm gonna put a cash sign on that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a million. That's a million, right? Or am I wrong? 1, 10 is 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, right? That's a million. That's a million, right? It's a shame if that's not, but it is what it is. a million of 6 zeros, right? I don't know, but I put it on the screen so we all know what it looked like. So we know how many zeros that equates to, right? So we can put it in our brains right now, right? Put that in your brain right now and just stare at it for a minute, y'all. And then once it's there, once you have those 6 zeros etched into your brain, keep them front facing in your brain. When you close your eyes, imagine a 1 and 6 zeros behind it. And then imagine, like, look at your bank account and think and try to envision in your bank account 6 zeros hitting your account. I'm silent because I'm staring at it right now, and I'm telling y'all, it's hard to fathom, to be honest. Right? It's hard to see, like, you can have dreams and you can aspire to achieve a certain level, but man, sometimes something like that just feels like it's hard to imagine. But guess what? Seeing 10 G's hit an account like at one time and not being like living paycheck to paycheck, that also feels like it's hard to imagine. And like doing it again and again, right? It's hard to imagine until it's actually true, right? So this right here, it might feel far-fetched, it might feel out of the realm of possibilities, but we've seen people do it. We've seen people do it. Now we have to manifest this for ourselves. And this whole time I'm talking to y'all, I'm staring at that number, right? My eyes have not left it. And then you start to think about, what does that do for you? And what does it do for other people? Like, what lives or whose lives can you affect with that kind of money? Who can you bless, right? And it's not necessarily about giving the money. It's about, are you able to then, with that amount of money, are you able to like position yourself in a way to which you can move however you want to move and have the freedom to go and support and elevate somebody else in a different way you couldn't do before. That's what it's about for me. I don't want my mom to ever have to work again. Nope. I wish she never had to work another day in her life. She shouldn't be working right now. She should be living her life. She should be on vacation somewhere. She should be, you know, relaxing, resting, taking care of herself, finding love, whatever it is, right? But I need to position myself so I can bless my mom, for she's blessed me by bringing me in this life, right? So that's where my brain is going when I see a 1 with 6 digits behind it. I think I'm gonna keep that up on streams going forward, so it doesn't leave me, right? All right, looking at the chat now. You don't ever want your kids to have to work? Bump that, big dog. I hope my kids have to work. Like, hey, man, look, my take on kids. Love my babies. I don't want them to struggle, but I do want them to be like adding to this economy, if that makes sense, right? I don't want them to ever have to rely on a dude or anybody for anything, right? My kids need to be able to stand 10 toes on their own, right? And guess what? If they're able to do that, great. If they need me, great. I'll have the bankroll set aside for when I'm gone. I'll be there when they need to pay for the wedding. I'll be there when they need money for college. I'll be there when they need a down payment on the house. I'll be there when, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be there for those life events, right? But hell nah, they working. Nope, ain't no free ride here. I come from nothing, and they don't even know what it's like, right? So I'll be damned. Personally, everybody, you do you with your kids, and all that is love. And I know, and I think you seriously can raise kids and give them everything, and they can still be like humbled, and they can be not one of those. I do feel that there's a type of parent that can do that, right? And I can do that, but nah, you working for this money. You working for this money. I wish my kids would come out and say, "Daddy." What? Out of here. For what? No, I'm just letting you know, I'm a generous dude, and I'm a softie as a dad, but at the same time, like, my kids know who I am. Yeah, they know who I am, and they know what it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. My kids can come in and ask me for anything, but I'm gonna have some questions depending on what they're asking it for, though. Daddy ain't no open piggy bank. Nah. Nah. They my queens and princesses, but you know, there's a line. Family business. All right, real talk. Hey, I hope my kids can learn this game and supersede me, and come take care of your daddy. Like, you know, let me retire early. Hopefully I can do that on my own, but man, there's sacrifices being made. I'm trying to make sure that y'all come up so you can take care of your papa. You know, like, Daddy, now I can end this, and I'm like, yeah, I got about $5 million out of all this, man. I'm feeling good. My kids come up, they're like 25 years old, sitting like 50 mil in the bank. Like, I'm done. Hey, Daddy's gonna sit tight, but y'all, you know, Daddy's gonna be like this. Daddy's gonna be like, hey, Daddy, let Daddy hold something. Let daddy hold something. Come on, I taught you everything you know. Come on now. Don't be like that. Yeah. Oh man, I gave you life. I gave you life. Hey, user, welcome to the Orcas, big dog, or queen. I don't know who you are, but thank you for becoming a member.